This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Every single day, it seems that we get a headline that points more toward Donald Trump's personal involvement in trying to overturn a free and fair American election. And every single day that new information comes out pointing to it, our Justice Department does nothing. There's no grand jury being impaneled. Merrick Garland's down in his, geographically he's down. He's down in his office, his cozy office, his big, wide, spacious office, not investigating Donald Trump and his crimes, not protecting American democracy, or so it seems. I'm going to read a little bit from this New York Times article. Trump had role in weighing proposals to seize voting machines. One more time, for those of you in the back of the room, Donald Trump had role in weighing proposals to seize voting machines. That should bring a chill in the air around you. Journalists are now protecting American democracy because the Justice Department apparently does not have the appetite for it. New accounts show that the former president was more directly involved than previously known in plans developed by outside advisors to use national security agencies to seek evidence of fraud. 6 weeks after Election Day, with his hold on power slipping, President Donald Trump directed his lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, to make a remarkable call. Mr. Trump wanted him to ask the Department of Homeland Security if he could legally take control of voting machines in key swing states, 3 people familiar with the matter said. Mr. Giuliani did so, calling the department's acting deputy secretary, who said he lacked the authority to audit or impound the machines. Because Donald Trump rose his right hand and swore or affirmed to faithfully execute the office of President of the United States, to protect and defend the Constitution of said United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and ended up being a domestic threat to that Constitution. The Constitution gives the disparate states, the individual states, the right to run their elections. Republicans right now, with voting rights bills in the news and being talked about and being debated, are whining that Democrats want to federalize the elections. That's their complaint. Yet their guy, Donald Trump, was trying to federally seize state voting machines using the Department of Homeland Security and the Department of Justice. And our current Justice Department, I guess they got other things going on. Mr. Trump pressed Mr. Giuliani to make that inquiry after rejecting a separate effort by his outside advisors to have the Pentagon take control of the machines. And the outreach to the Department of Homeland Security came not long after Mr. Trump, in an Oval Office meeting with Attorney General William Barr, raised the possibility of whether the Justice Department could seize the machines, a previously undisclosed suggestion that Mr. Barr immediately shot down. He wanted the military involved. He wanted the Justice Department involved, ostensibly maybe the FBI. And he wanted the Department of Homeland Security involved. This is a coup. That's what I'm describing here. And it's fucking crickets from the DOJ right now. The new accounts show that Mr. Trump was more directly involved than previously known in exploring proposals to use his national security agencies to seize voting machines as he grasped unsuccessfully for evidence of fraud that would help him reverse his defeat in the 2020 election, according to people familiar with the episodes. The existence of proposals to use at least 3 federal departments to assist Mr. Trump's attempts to stay in power has been publicly known. The proposals involving the Defense Department and Department of Homeland Security were codified by advisors in the form of draft executive orders. But the new accounts provide fresh insight into how the former president considered and to some degree pushed the plans, which would have taken the United States into uncharted territory by using federal authority to seize control of the voting systems run by states on baseless grounds of widespread voting fraud. The people familiar with the matter were briefed on the events by participants or had firsthand knowledge of them. The accounts about the voting machines emerged after a weekend when Mr. Trump declared at a rally in Texas that he might pardon people charged in connection with the storming of the Capitol last January 6th if he were reelected. In a statement issued after the rally, Mr. Trump also suggested his vice president, Mike Pence, could have personally, quote unquote, overturned the election by refusing to count delegates to the Electoral College who had vowed to cast their votes for Joseph R. Biden Jr. And apparently the DOJ has other things going on. I hope it's important, Merrick Garland. I hope whatever you got going on, brother, is more important than the salvation of our democracy. Because if this dipshit runs again, who's going to stop him? What mechanisms are in place to stop him from attempting to do this again? He's already gearing up the mob and dispatching them to New York City and Washington, D.C. and Atlanta, where the racist black prosecutors are persecuting him. What's more important than preserving and protecting our democratic norm? We can't leave it to Republicans, so it's left to us. We should be doing the job anyway, but in the absence, in the vacuum left by Republicans who don't care at all, in fact, who want it to happen, they want to see the downfall of the United States of America, we have to step up. It's too important. It is too important to say, well, maybe they're doing it in secret. Too important. It's too important to hope that Joe Biden picked the right man for the job. We need to exercise pressure, public pressure on the Department of Justice to goddamn do something. And if you're not outraged, if you're not incensed, I don't think you're thinking clearly about this. I don't think you're taking this as seriously as you should. Tell me how I'm wrong. 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear you tell me how I'm wrong about this. Follow me on social media. You can tell me I'm wrong there too. I'm at Dollemore just about everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. And if I bring you value, if I'm somebody who does something for you on a weekly or daily basis, please consider supporting my work, helping produce what I do right here in the heart of the nation's capital. You can click the join button below this video, become a channel member for $1.99 a month, or you can head on over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Listen, if you disagree, I would love to hear. I'm open to being wrong. Reasonable, rational people should be. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Until then, be genuine. Take care of one another.